Good morning. It's 30 seconds away from 10 o'clock. I've been sitting here. I got up about 8:15. My dad left kind of early for work, and that's my alarm clock. I've gotten pretty much everything sorted out from the, I'm going to call it the new Mac and the old Mac, this one being the old one, even though these parts are now newer than the new one, at least in age, or age that I've had them. So I had to move over all the music, any documents that I created, modified on the new one, got put in a folder on the desktop called temp. It's about 13 gigabytes. I threw it on the SD card. It wrote 13 gigs in about 90 seconds yesterday. It was crazy how fast that SD card is. It's a SanDisk. Well, it's in the camera right now. I was looking for it. I can't show you because I'm writing to it right now. And put it in here, copied everything over. Had to work on the DNS settings again because when I got that thing here, it was wrong. So I fixed that again. Big thanks to Bobby for helping me with that. I've got photos put together, iTunes put together, documents put together, the spreadsheets that I use the most, all right here, put together. So I think we're good. And I haven't really gone out there yet, but it looks like a lovely day. We can't really film through the screen too well, but really came along and looks fantastic. So now this guy's got to get wiped and returned today. I think tomorrow is day 14, so I'm going to go through it one more time and make sure I got everything off of it, and then I never really remember how to wipe these things. I think I'm going to boot into the recovery partition, format, and then reinstall from the recovery partition. That's probably going to be my best bet for just restoring it back to a factory setting and then taking it to the Apple Store and returning it today along with the 2 adapters. I'm not going to miss this thing at all. It is so nice having this back, especially with a brand new keyboard. And this, I guess, is what they consider a top case. I kind of call it the bottom case if this is the top case. But all of this is new. All of this is new. The I/O boards, I think, are original. They look really clean in there, though, so maybe not. Like the headphone thing wasn't that clean. The power is the same, though. I can tell there's a little bit of dirt in there that was there before. So I don't know if they moved the I/O boards over. They just look clean, but maybe that's the casing I'm seeing, and the board inside is still original. I'll have to check that USB port and see if it gives me the issues charging my phone. But display difference between these two. You know, the old one, it feels older. It's a hair thicker. It's a hair heavier. The screen especially is thicker. These have the exact same wallpaper set. Both brightnesses all the way up. I doubt this camera picks it up, but this display is notably better. The turquoise here is more turquoise. The whole thing's glossier, but you don't see the glare. I don't know how Apple does it. They don't really glare. It just gives this beautiful gloss. The blacks are blacker, the whites are whiter. It is a better display. It is thinner. Hopefully they last more than 6 weeks. So I'll miss the display. The keyboard, since this is brand new, it feels really good. The keys are a little smaller. Note the space in between them is larger. So it's going to take a little bit of time getting used to coming back to this one to get the keyboard down, but it's fine. I love this keyboard, but you get a little bit more feel over here. And I love having these as actual hard buttons again, because at night, say I want to just reach up and turn the brightness or volume or something, the keyboard brightness or whatever, adjust that. On this thing, you had to tap it once to wake it up, and then you have no tactile feel, so you have to lean up in bed and look at it and figure out which one it is. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a cool idea, but at the same time, it's not. It has no practical application, and I have the setting where I just leave it in these function keys. I don't want to... A menu box comes up and there's like OK and cancel. I don't want to use this. What's the point of that? I have this 8-foot trackpad here, which there's nothing wrong with this size, but this was nice too. I don't really notice having to go back to a smaller one that it's a problem. So as I said, I just keep it in this mode, which is fine, but I definitely like having this better. Speakers on the new one are notably improved. They're just fuller and deeper and richer. But again, there's nothing wrong with these. These are just slightly better. Something I will miss about this computer is the fingerprint. It's so quick, easy, and fast to just open the screen and tap, and boom, you're logged in. Whereas this, I've got to type a password or unsecure it, which isn't ideal. Then I never use the webcam on either one of these, so I don't know. This one's probably better. Here's what I love. If I go over here to the iStat menus, look at that. Cycles 2, health 100%. This one's going to have more cycles. Cycles 14, health 100%. So I got a brand new battery in here. It will be interesting to see if it still dies at 30%. If it does, at that point I know it's a software issue, and I'll probably proceed into a rebuild at some point when I have the time. So back before I was a Mac geek, I was a huge PC guy, and my experience with Windows was pretty negative. I had to reinstall it about once a month, and it would take a whole day or two to rebuild everything and all my applications and move the media over, and I didn't have something like Time Machine, so it all had to be done manually. I was at a point where I just had 16 gigabyte flash drives that I kept everything on, and pretty much just lived like that and kept restoring it, and updating the backup. It was just terrible. But I remember installing XP, Vista, and 7 so often I could do it with my eyes shut. And remember when you'd boot into a disk in XP and you get that blue screen with the black bar at the bottom, and it would tell you all the files that it's loading? And it would go fairly quickly until it got to driver.cab, and then it would sit at driver.cabinet for like 5 minutes. And when I first started doing it, I was like, oh crap, it's broken, this didn't work. I need to go download another ISO from LimeWire or the Pirate Bay and burn it to a CD and make it bootable somehow. Oh god, what a shit show. I do not miss those days. Now I just hold Command and R and boot into a recovery partition, and I just wipe the drive, formatted it to APFS, and then hit X, and then reinstall OS X, and here's the installer. It's already on there. I don't need a bootable ISO built CD or DVD. It just works. And 10 minutes, 9 minutes, I know there's more steps after this, but it used to take 2 hours to install Windows 7, and it would reboot like 5 times, and you had that window about this size, and it would go through the little steps, and the first one was 2 seconds, the next one was an hour, the next one was 8 seconds, the next one was 2 hours. It made no sense. The Windows progress bar moved like this. You know? So I think you guys, some of you guys feel my pain. You used to use Windows. We're at BMW of San Diego, and they have a very nice M2 Long Beach blue carbon fiber mirrors, the little winglet thing, which I kind of like on the M2. It's got the manual carbon fiber wing on the back, and I thought that was solid ground. Love the carbon fiber exhaust. I know everybody else hates it. I really like it. Take that one. It's pretty. This is Ferrari's new dealer in San Diego, or service area, we're not really sure. Got a Dino and a 355 in there, Mondial 550. And an 812. When I'm out here on the West Coast, I do a pretty good job of staying on East Coast time. So it's about 10:15, 10:30 p.m., which is like 1:30, and even that's early for wrapping up the vlog, but that's what I'm doing. We got a bunch of small jobs done today. One of the low pathway lights, we got 3 of them, 2 as spares and 1 to put in the ground. Those showed up today, we put it in. We did cable organization over on the wall with the irrigation setup and the transformers for the electrical boxes. We returned my new Mac, the Touch Bar Mac, to the Apple Store along with the adapters, got the refund on that. And we went to BMW San Diego and got oil in the E60. We went to Ferrari in San Diego, their new place down there by BMW. Amazing facility. Awesome showroom, awesome service facility. They had a Dino GT, a 355, a 550, a 456, a 308, a Mondial. The 308 and the Mondial were barn finds being put back together mechanically before restoration, so that's pretty cool. We did find out that Ferrari of San Diego wants, guess what, for an oil change. Take a moment right now before I tell you, pause, and write a comment with how much you think the Ferrari dealer wants for just an oil change. Oil change and filter, synthetic oil. What is that, an hour labor? Go ahead, I'll wait, I'll be nice. $1,800 for an oil change. That's a bit intense considering that the materials are less than $200. So they're probably around $500 to $600 an hour, maybe $1,000 an hour at that dealership. So needless to say, we will never have an oil change done there. Beautiful place, beautiful facility, knowledgeable people, yes. But how knowledgeable do you have to be to change an oil? To do an oil change. I can change an oil real quick like, and it doesn't cost $1,800. So, yeah. We set up back tonight. We had a cocktail, then we headed over to La Jolla, went to Smash Burger. So we always go to the Smash Burger in Del Mar. It's my favorite location. It's closed. They're not there anymore. It's an empty building. Ever since I've been coming here now 7 years, they have been there, and it's always, well, we had one pretty bad experience, but otherwise it's always been fantastic. I don't know if the rent got jacked up or it just wasn't profitable, but whatever, it's gone. So we go to the La Jolla location now. Just as good, still in La Jolla, but not quite the same as Del Mar. So that was today. We've got a surprise guest coming out, and it's nobody that you've ever seen here before on Friday or on Thursday. So we're super excited for that. It's going to be a fun weekend. And I'm going to go and do some more photos. That's what I've been doing all day, is editing photos and syncing my phone and all of the stuff that's been pending. So I'm going to do that, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night.